fun, and it was really rare to come across something like this in a private setup. It was a family who loved wildlife and were prepared to spend money to see it, and they had a big nerve centre in the centre of their house where they could view it thanks to Kate's setup. And so it was a real treat to have people who really love wildlife as much as we do. It was a pretty chilly day, and the flood waters were threatening, weren't they?
Yeah, the River Severn is quite volatile and it rises and falls quite quickly. So it was infringing into the garden when you came, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was great because there was so much footage. There was a guarantee, and as Joe said, there really isn't a guarantee. We tried to go there and won't go if there's a 10% chance of seeing the animal. But we kind of make a joke about it because we'll film all the bits we need to film, and then we say that the director will speak to the camera and say, okay, you've got 10 minutes to try and get the animal now, knowing that the NHU will have 10 months to get that exact same footage. So they've got quite a tall order to try and get what we need in a very small amount of time. Often they do it brilliantly, but yeah, we don't have the luxury of time that other wildlife programmes have.
We had
were keen and happy for us to build a set for badgers, which is quite an endeavour and quite a commitment, because once it's there, you're legally bound not to destroy it. So once the badgers were in, and they took to it very quickly, you're committed to it.
Yeah, that's right.
How much live streaming is compelling. If you ever watch the Olympics and you find yourself 20 minutes later and you're still watching the curling, or if you're watching Big Brother and they're still sleeping in your beds and you're still watching, there's something quite hypnotic about live streaming, and you'll find it very compelling doing the same with wildlife.
And then that's what those owlets look like a couple of weeks later.
There, and we managed to film day swimming otters, which was really wonderful to see, because footage like this is incredibly difficult. I think they are now in every single county in the UK. That happened fairly recently, so they're pretty much all around us, just sort of sneaking about at night. So it was wonderful seeing that. End of a lane where there was nothing else but us in this valley in the Cotswolds, and my dad bred chickens. He made an incubator and wore leather sandals and made yogurts, which were really not sugary enough for my taste, and sort of led the good life a little bit. And I remember silverfish sort of darting around in our damp old house, and I also remember trying to unpick a fly from the sticky paper that had got called the sticky paper. It took me about an hour trying to save this thing. I don't think it lived. And I sort of just developed a love of wildlife just from, like lots of children, they're interested in the small and the wonderful, and insects are. Invertebrates are the most important group of all animals, and if you can imagine the sorts of creatures we have scaled up, we'd be fascinated by them. It's easy to be excited by mammals because they're charismatic and they're a little bit like us, but actually getting kids into invertebrates is a great way of starting kids getting
absolutely.
Into
and I still teach 2 days a week. I still teach out.
lovely having you who's been part of Countryfile for a very long time now to tell us how you fit it all together. What's it like?
I'm slightly resisting the urge to get up and do the floral dance.
You can if you want, we've got time.
That goes on behind. Yeah, so we've got a massive production team because we're the only programme that's on for 52 weeks a year. So there's me, there's about 3 or 4 producers, 13 directors, 9 researchers, and lots of backstage staff who do all the booking of the hotels and the transport and all the paperwork and all that sort of thing as well. At any one time we've got 6 programmes at some point in production, whether it's pre-production, filming, editing, post-production, all that sort of thing. And it takes about 2 and a bit weeks. So we always film on a Thursday, Friday, mainly because that's when Matt's available, because otherwise he's doing the one show. So Ellie will normally film on a Thursday and Friday, and then we edit it the following week, and then Ellie will put her voice on her film the week after that, and it goes out on that Sunday. So it's sort of 2 and a bit weeks from filming to production, which is great because we try and be as seasonal as possible, because we don't want you to see red squirrels in the snow when it's blazing hot sunshine outside. It just wouldn't feel right. So yeah, we try and keep it as seasonal as possible.
What